have a long-term exit strategy for your rental properties. Hi, my name is Matt Coach. I created this YouTube channel to share the tips, tricks, and mistakes on my way to building an 8-figure real estate portfolio. And as you go to grow, especially if you're trying to get, like 100 properties, 100 doors, something like that, you will start to realize that some of your properties are underperforming relative to the norm. Or overperforming relative to the norm. So you need to have a strategy in place for what you do with both underperforming properties and maybe overperforming properties, and understanding your own strategy behind it. So, for instance, if a property goes from $100,000 to in 5 years it's worth $200,000, and you have the same mortgage, it's like, do you refinance that property, or do you look to sell that property and 1031 exchange up? Do you look to maybe refinance and buy lower valued properties that have more cash flow inside of them? Because say if it's in 5 years and your rent didn't raise that whole time, you never raised rent for your properties, but they doubled in value. Now you have this equity situation where, grabbing that $100,000 that it went up by, 75% of that, $75,000 tax-free is probably a lot higher than the couple $100 that you're making a month from that property over the last 5 years that you've had it. So going through and maybe spending $15,000, $20,000 doing cosmetic repairs to the property so that it appraises for that much probably is worth it for you. But the thing is, at that point maybe you're not cash flowing after you refinance that mortgage, so you need to go and make purchases of properties that are maybe more cash flow dependent. Or maybe you want to sell that property and you want to go up to a 1031 exchange and get a duplex or a quadplex. Maybe it's a single family, you want to go up to a duplex so that you can get that cash flow coming from a similarly valued property, slightly higher valued property. Or maybe you want to go even higher than that. You want to go into a quadplex or something like that and get more value there, more cash flow there. Or maybe you just want to buy a single family home in an even nicer area that you're hoping is going to appreciate more. I mean, you just have to understand your strategy. And when you have 100 properties, the reality is that some you probably just don't want for the headaches of them. Some you might love, they keep going up. Some just might not fit your portfolio and what you want. Some might be too far away. Maybe you bought a house that's an hour away. It seemed like a great deal, but now you have a few of them over there and you're like, it's just such a pain to deal with all those houses, even though maybe they fit your mold as an investor. Just kind of know that over the long term, you can't be emotionally attached to any one of these specific properties. You have to just understand that, hey, we have to re-leverage, or we have to sell, or, we have to sell up to different properties or regain capital or whatever you want to do, because a lot of these properties just, at some point, they don't make as much sense as they did when you first bought them, and you need to do something about that. So, see y'all later.